Yo, what is going on, guys? Snoozman back here with another YouTube video, and today we're actually going to be talking about how you guys can draft like a pro here in Madden 21 franchise, and I'm going to be covering some of the basics for you guys today. And it all starts, and I'm going to back out of this, but it actually all starts with scouting college players. Now you can do this in week 3, as I covered from before, and how to edit these college players, but I'm just doing a regular auto-generated class so you guys can get the full experience of not editing those, realistic guys that in real life and knowing their actual devs and overall. And now it comes to a point where you don't know the auto-generated rookies development and overall, and it's kind of a process in yourself and your time and effort and how to know if a guy is going to be good or not. And there's a lot of things to keep up with this, and there's a lot of grind and effort to stick with this and end up drafting the right player. So obviously the first thing you obviously come in here and you take your time, you take the scouting points that the game gives to you, and we're doing this. Now, quick tip that I'm going to give you guys real quick in scouting points. When you guys do apply your scouting points to these players, do not click this, which is add to draft board, and put that star. What that means is, yes, he's on your top of your list, you really want to draft him, you get that, but that's all minutia that goes out the door because you know you want him at the end of the day. That's actually going to put him higher on the list, on other teams' list, if you do that, and he's actually going to be higher up and expected to go before you even pick him, unless you get, obviously, you have the top pick and no one else can get that, like the number 1 or number 2 if you stack your picks right. But if you, if there's a team ahead that can easily draft him, you put the star here from adding to your draft board here as a favorite, a team will go up and they will steal that from you because it's a lot of trust in that player from you adding it to your board. It's weird, it's a really weird glitch, but I recommend not to do that. Just understand where you guys want to draft and who you guys want to draft. So you kind of just spend your points, look for guys that you really want to. This guy is really good. And I'm going to get really into it after this too, after we get last scouting points in, which that's it. I'm going to remove that. I don't know why I did that. But we're going to back out here. And I'm actually going to show you guys something real fast. And that's actually the news. Now, news is actually the number one thing you guys are going to be wanting to keep up with. Now, they have the top stories. And they kind of like hype things up, all these analysts and all that. They kind of hype stuff up with stories-wise and stuff like that before future games, after games, and stuff like that. They give analytics, post-game thoughts, all that type of stuff. But then you have your stories and what they talk about you, and then you have all stories, which is a lot, but we're actually going to talk about draft stories. Now, as you guys can see, there's only one, because we just got into the first week of actually starting our scouting points and our players. But as you guys can see right here, the son of an Olympic track star, strong safety Abdul Parker is creating a legend of his own, not on the track, but on the football field at Ohio State. Meaning, I'm going to back out and go show you Abdul Parker. That means that this guy is already a rising stud. He's making headlines, and the game is putting him out there in the news as a high guy, as a high draft guy, that he's going to be a stud, and he has a really interesting and historic background upon him. Now, if we back out, I can guarantee you Abdul Parker probably isn't bad, but he probably has under-the-radar stats that might be, not great. It depends. I'll try to hit up on a couple of these because I don't have much remaining scouting points, but we'll sim a week. He might not. Yeah, he's number 3 right here, guys. He might be one of those interesting diamond in the roughs, and believe it or not, we actually need a strong safety, and he's actually a guy that will fill in right away because he is a scheme fit. That's what the purple icon means right there. And if we were, he already has A hit power, A minus pursuit, and we actually can see he's an early first round talent, guys. And you guys would have never thought that because he is 1, 2, 3 down. And we're not going to add him to the draft board because that means teams are going to key in on him because they're wondering why you added him to your draft board, and you guys are going to not want to do that. This is a true diamond in the rough. When you guys first start scouting your college players, like DeMar Boley, who was a terrible guy, honestly, for the top guy here, which he probably won't go number 1, I'd assume. If he does, even in the first round, he's not going to be a good pick. But where we sit, and probably after this season, this is going to be a great pick. Again, don't add him to your draft board, but that's what you guys are going to want to keep up with on the weekly. If you want to nail your picks and keep up with players like that, jot it down on a notepad, in your phone, whatever, to keep up with these certain players that get interesting news. Now, top guys are going to get the news stories. There's going to be even second or third round talent guys that might get this. That's how you can get under the radar great development guys down the deep stretch as well. So we're going to advance a week and see what other news we can get, see how much scouting points we can get and stuff like that. I'm not going to sit here and go week by week, or this would be an insanely long video, but I'm going to do the first few weeks, at least 3 or 4, and then we'll sim to the end of the season. We'll try to go with our best bet and our quick analogies here and the quick summary that we got from the news it gave us from the first few weeks. So we'll go to draft stories. Again, it's the same thing. And that's fine. We might honestly just go into...
Start your week by installing your game plan.
We might end up just trying to go to mid-season now, guys, because it's not giving us any more news. So we'll go to mid-season. I'm not caring for the regular season what we exactly do here. Again, honestly, if we do lose, that's probably better for this purpose of the video to get a higher draft pick. But again, we're trying to get someone that you guys would have never even maybe touched with your scouting points, and that's all found within the news and just deep down and looking at other players. Now there will be a combine and all that. You have to heavily assess the combine because yes, some guys might have a great combine, but you guys also have to realize that, you know, some guys can have an unbelievable combine but then have a terrible development. So you guys have to see that. The guys that get really good news might not have the best overall, but they're actually going to have great development, as you guys will probably end up seeing with Abdul Parker. So we have a good amount of scouting points. Let's see if we got any more news here. Draft stories, yes we do. Okay, so too tough to cover. Jake Wilkins solidified his status as the nation's top right-end prospect with a dominant performance against highly regarded corner Carlos Merritt. Now, so as a top tight end, now I said, yeah, I meant tight end. This guy's probably going to end up being a stud. We're going to see, again, there's only, again, you can see right here, Todd McShay, Matt Barkley's physical skills are obvious, but now a big question about his attitude. Barclays. So we're going to go look at Jake Wilkins now. We're going to go use our scouting points and look in on a tight end, which is actually interesting. We don't really need a tight end. We have a hidden development, Cole Kmet. So I probably won't key in on him as much. But Jake Wilkins, here he is, guys. You can also quick scout by hitting square. But we're going to see his stats from here. B+, 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 which is perfect. He's a late first-round talent, which we can probably swipe up a late-round pick for. So, again, we're not going to hit the add to draft board. We're just going to keep a big eye on him, and he's probably going to be a big guy moving forward. We'll just keep going kind of week by week. If I don't really see anything the next 2 weeks, anything really that big come news here, we'll just go ahead and keep moving along here. Draft stories, again, same thing. We'll go one more week.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
One more week real quick. We are 3-6, which I will take. That's perfect. Looks like we're already out of the playoffs, which is great. We're going to get an okay pick. I just hope
Start your week
we're not an 8-8 team. We did win, unfortunately, which I don't want. So let's go check the news again real quick. And we go to draft stories. There's only 3. So, guys, I think I'm actually going to go to the end here because there's not really a lot here for us. So we're trying to sim to the playoffs here. There's not really many weeks remaining. Yeah, I mean, there's only like 6-7 weeks to go. That's not too bad. We'll get into the playoffs, which we're not going to make. It's pretty obvious. And then it might give us, honestly, one last chance. I'm not going to really sign any players or focus in on that. This is strictly just how to draft like a pro here. And honestly, hit your guys' draft picks every single time. I believe at the end of this video, you guys are going to really learn how to build a franchise young and deep. And you guys can eventually, if you get really, really good at this through the draft, you guys can stack your draft picks, particularly first rounders. And you guys can hit them, and your team can get really young. And, you know, future-wise, yeah, you're going to have to owe money, but especially under the radar guys like Abdul Parker, it's going to take a bit for him to get, you know, a decent contract because he's not a highly touted guy, but he has a huge historic news behind him. So let's see
Start
what
your week
other
by
news we have.
installing your game
We
plan.
actually did go off. I mean, we only lost one more game after 3-6, so that is exceptional. See any more news upon here for draft stories? Okay, we have a Heisman history. So again, we only have Jake Wilkins, but we also have one more. And that belongs to, let's see what happens. Glenn Leno added his name to the brief list of defensive players to win the Heisman Trophy, taking home the award in today's ceremony in New York City. Now, let's go. Okay, okay, we don't know what position Glenn Leno plays, but we know he's going to be a stud because we know now that he won the Heisman Trophy. We would have never known about some Glenn Leno winning a Heisman Trophy if we didn't go check the news. So we always have to do that. We might not be able to do that, but we know who Glenn Leno is. I'd like to get the just top 3 picks, honestly, pick these guys back to back to back. I'll do that right before the draft. Honestly, might just go trade for top 3 picks right away. We lost 31-24. That's not too bad. Keep moving along here, guys. We're going to take you guys right into the draft process and draft these 3 guys that it has us, that it gave us news on here. Yep, Glenn Leno's still the only guy, and that should be it because the NFL season is done. Move along again. Honestly, sim to the off season here. Get like top 3 picks again, and then we'll draft these guys. Probably give us a combine for these guys as well.
This is the last opportunity to re-sign your players,
Wow,
or they'll
Browns
become free
won
agents.
by a lot there, guys. And then what we can do, I think before I try to get rid of Allen Robinson and all that, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just try to what's our pick? 20th. Try to get the 1, 2, and 3 guys. The 3 guys who gave us news on this year. Three, take it. We'll give them that in the 2nd round. Might not take it. No, it's not even close. Picks are weird. I guarantee if we give them like Tariq Cohen, they'll jump all over it. Which their cap situation's pathetic. So we're gonna have to just stack them on picks. Okay. We got pick 3. We give them way too much, but again, I'm not really looking to build. So don't really copy the strategies I'm doing trading wise, guys, but now we need pick number 1 and 2. Hopefully these guys don't have really bad cap. I'm really hoping, guys. Pick 1 and pick 2 here. Okay, pick 1 belongs to the Jets, of course. That's actually realistic. Madden somewhat got something right for once in their lives. Quarterback, give him Trubisky, doesn't really matter. I don't understand how he doesn't presume any interest. Okay, a little more. We'll give him, I don't know, Cordero. Oh yeah, we still have Tariq Cohen. Okay. Tariq Cohen. Okay. And we'll get one more pick, guys. Try to get the number 2 pick from some team here. The number 2 pick, if we can get it. I'd love to get the number 2 pick because top 3 picks, I won't have to worry about any team even trying to take the players that we've been looking in at. Okay, give them 3rd this year. Give them Cordero. And I doubt they want any of that, so we'll give them Bilal for now. That's fine. Whatever. They can have it. We got the 1, 2, and 3, though. We can solidify 3 top guys. So we have the 1, 2, and 3 now. and then we can just. They'll definitely give us. They'll give you one last chance to scout college players and kind of see their combine, I believe, after free agency. We're not, again, guys, be smart with your off season and no one upgrade your players and all that and sign players and do free agency and all that.
Stats such as the 40-yard dash
So you can hear the
are
voice
now available in scouting.
in the background.
Each player has a combine grade. Now this score represents how well combine
See,
performance.
they have all their combine to the right there. And then now we can go check upon guys like Abdul Parker, who actually finished with the second best combine here atop of the. Look at this, guys. Amazing speed. He's an athletic freak. He's an athletic freak. He's so fast because we know that already because of his news and his history. Now, let's go check upon that tight end. 6.9, guys. He's a freak. Look at this, guys. First, and then 18th on bench press. He's going to be an animal. He's going to be an absolute animal. And then we had one more guy. We have to find out where he is. He could be. Yep, here he is, guys, and he's an absolute animal. Early second rounder, which is actually surprising, but he did win Heisman, which is huge. So we'll try to take him and see what he has. But he did end up coming out. He is the top at left outside linebacker. He did win Heisman. There's no way he just wouldn't be any good. So we'll try to take him and see what we get. But we'll try to nail 2 or 3 of these, and he might be good. But he is probably, I would wait more on him towards second round, and you'll get a fantastic second round talent. But I'm just going to draft him as a top guy here. Draft stories. Yeah, that's it. That is it going into it, guys. So we're going to take those top 3 guys and hopefully hit on them. Take that into the draft. We have everybody's combine as well. They gave us 3 stories. Now, they probably maybe gave us more because we kind of simmed. But I feel like we did a good job around the sim to kind of look within that and see who else. And it didn't really look like they gave us anything else here.
Welcome to Draft Week. All the effort.
Let's start the NFL draft.
Down to this.
Make our picks, guys. And hopefully our hard work actually paid off. We're going to make our selection real quick. And then I feel like first pick, man, this Abdul Parker might be the guy. He's going to be a significant reach, but we're just doing this for, you know, for explanation of the video and how to do this.
The Bears are now on the clock.
77 overall hidden development, guys. He is number 3 in true value, and we drafted him at number 1. We just got ourselves probably a superstar X Factor, strong safety because of the news, and he's an absolute stud. He's an absolute stud of a strong safety. And it means he's 6'2", 207. I mean, his rating's 92 speed. Not even bad zone to work out with. I mean, his acceleration is unbelievable. His hip power, he might be able to be like a Cam Chancellor in the future. So we're going to go with pick number 2 here and see what we can get out of this. We're going to draft that tight end. See what we can get out of this tight end.
The Bears are now on the clock.
73 overall normal, so he didn't get the best dev. He was a top tight end based on the news and all that, but he didn't get exactly what we thought we could have out of that. And then the last guy would be the Heisman Trophy winner in college football, and that would belong to Glenn Leno, guys.
The Broncos are now
which is a 72 overall hidden. He's an absolute animal. Now, we took him at 3. You could have got him at 38, high into the second round, and he probably would have fell, probably late second round, and you would have gotten yourselves an absolute gem. So, like I said, honestly, I thought Glenn Leno would have been the one not to be as good, but he actually has phenomenal acceleration. He has good speed to work with, good hit power, not even bad block shed and all that to work with. And now you have yourself a great, great defensive end. We'll just skip to the end of the draft here, because I wanted to focus in on those 3 guys. And again, the Chicago Bears already have a good hidden development, Cole Kmet, which again, he's a star probably by now. But now we have at least a guy that can probably go up to a star within 2 years. And the guy we just drafted, And he's already above a 70 overall, and he has plenty to work with as being a number 2 for us. So we're going to hit the draft recap, and let's see actually what our strong safety is. Now, he's an absolute animal. Abdul Parker
This
is a
player's
beast.
development trait is hidden. Put this
Hopefully, it is a superstar X Factor. I am really praying here that he is a superstar X Factor. That would be huge. And he is only a star development, guys. But you know, in development-wise, as a strong safety, you can also put him as a sub linebacker. He'd jump up in dev. But this guy's an absolute animal regardless. We'll save it. Hopefully, the guy that we drafted, the Heisman Trophy winner, might be able to be an absolute beast. But let's see what happens with Glenn Leno here. Hopefully, he's a superstar at least. Superstar X Factor, guys. We did it. We drafted a Superstar X Factor. And can't be happier, guys, to show this at the end here. And he's going to be an absolute animal. This is your Heisman Trophy winner. So awesome stuff. And then again, to recap our last pick, which is the tight end, which would be Jake Wilkins here.
This is the player card.
And
Here
he
you
is
can
normal
see your
dev, but he's a
player's
73 overall, and he has 85 speed. I mean, this guy's just going to be an absolute animal if you develop him right, and he's going to be a beast moving forward as a developmental piece behind a Cole Kmet. So that will do it for today, guys. I hope you got a lot out of this video and tips and tricks on how to draft players right and moving forward. And young pieces and assets to help your guys' franchises. So that will be it for today. If you guys did like this video, make sure you guys are leaving a like and subscribing down below. Again, we are trying to hit 30 subscribers by Christmas. We are only 4 away, so hopefully we can do that. Please make sure we do that, and that will be it for the video, guys. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next one.